Hi guys, and welcome back to Onstage at A.C.T's new series, The Corona Diaries, where we catch up with the production staff and directors of A.C.T's upcoming season to see what they've been up to. And today we're once again with Dennis O'Donovan, and we're going to talk about his second show, Cellar. Cellar is coming up toward the end of the season. April, and what can you tell us about it?
It's a fictionalized telling of a young actor who was employed by Barbra Streisand to curate and man the shopping mall museum under her estate. Not entirely true, but based on fact. It's based on her book, My Passion for Design. So Stuart here is the gentleman who introduced me to the book, and I'm going to turn the tables and ask him a question or two.
Okay.
So Stuart, how did you find out about it, and what drew you to it?
Okay, so Cellar I had heard about. First of all, I am a huge fan of the author Jonathan Tollins. I had done one of his plays, Twilight of the Golds, about 7 years ago at a different theater. And I had heard of it a lot because it's this one-man, like, mega show. But I found that this fictional story based on a true event was so original and so funny because it became, everyone knows Barbra Streisand, but nobody knows the quirkiness that she has in this shopping mall thing she's built in her basement. It's just so outrageously odd that you can't help but be fascinated by it. And so it drew me to, this cannot be real, until I found out it was. And so once I read it, I immediately said, this is on my bucket list. This is something that I think needs to be done. And I introduced it to you, and we took it from there.
Okay. I can tell you that everything that you said about it is true. It is an amazing piece of work. It's just delightful storytelling, delightful way of approaching the material, and it's hard to believe when you've seen it that this basement shopping mall museum doesn't actually exist, because you want it to. You want to go there. You know, you want to find out.
It does exist, isn't open to the public.
Yeah.
What I love about the show and the way it's written, it's almost audience interactive, because we've all been at parties and we've all told stories to our friends. And when we're acting out a story, we play the other people who are involved. So what I love about this, it's almost like Alex, the lead character, you're all his best friends, and you're at this party, and he's telling you, this is what happened, and then Barbara said this, and then he becomes Barbara, and then he becomes James Brolin. But it's his version of them, like a big party game. And that's what makes it so accessible, is that he's your best friend, and he's now telling you this giant story, and he's such a likable character that you can't help but fall in love with him and what this stuff he's telling you. This obviously is a giant one-man monologue piece, and I would ask you how you came upon casting the show. But
it requires somebody who's really good at telling a story in a very funny way. And as it happens, when we had our very first set of auditions here at A.C.T., and for his comic monologue, Stuart chose a speech from a show called My William Shatner Man Crush. And Stuart had me falling over in my seat. So if there's anyone I know who can pull this character in this play off, it's Stuart. You're in for a treat.
Well, his check is in the mail. That's very kind of you to say those nice things.
Now all you have to do is do it.
Yeah, deliver on it. But, okay, so, I mean, we really haven't talked much about Cellar other than the fact that we're doing the show. Mm-hmm. What do you see as the challenges of bringing forth basically this 2-hour monologue to the stage?
It really comes down to the actor.
Oh, God.
As you mentioned, it's nearly 2 hours in length, so it's a lot of words that have to be said in the right order. It's a hell of a challenge, and I salute you for taking it on. The other challenge is to make 2 hours seem varied and interesting, and the script goes a long way to doing that, and what I know we can count on from your performance will go a long way to doing that just by being charming, but also the beats. The little, now we're doing this piece, now we're doing the next piece, now we're doing the next piece. So the audience isn't getting one 2 hour long rant. They're getting a whole string of beads, a bunch of interesting little sub-stories.
The fact that it does deal with a pop icon in Barbra Streisand, there's that kind of curiosity. I'm hoping that will draw people in, and if you are a Barbra Streisand fan, you should definitely come because it really is hysterical. And I can't wait to see what the two of us will bring to the stage for you come April. That is Cellar by Jonathan Tollins coming your way at the toward the end of the season, and we will probably discuss more of it as we get closer to the time. But that's good enough for now, and we will catch you next time with the Corona Diaries. Catch you later. Okay.